The chamber was buzzing. Lights glared down, cameras rolled, and every seat in the gallery was filled. People had come from across the country to witness what was already being called the showdown of the season. At the center of it all stood Senator John Kennedy, calm as ever, his southern drawl barely disguising the fire that simmered underneath. On the opposite side of the room, Representative Jasmine Crockett leaned into her microphone, ready to deliver a blow she believed would finally end Kennedy's influence in the public arena. With a sharp tone, Jasmine pointed her finger and declared, "Senator Kennedy is nothing more than a freeloader. He talks big about service and sacrifice, but when has he ever given back to the people he claims to represent? He takes, he lectures, and he performs. But he doesn't contribute." The words cut through the air like a knife. Gasps spread across the room, and journalists began scribbling furiously in their notepads. For a moment, Kennedy simply stood still, his eyes fixed on her, giving no reaction. Those who knew John Kennedy understood one thing: he never rushed into a fight. He let the other side dig their own hole first. And Jasmine had just dug one deep. After a tense silence, Kennedy leaned forward, adjusted his microphone, and said in a voice so steady it silenced the room, "Ma'am, you just called me a freeloader. Let's test the strength of that claim." What happened next would become a moment replayed millions of times across TV screens and phones nationwide. Kennedy reached into his worn leather briefcase, the same one he had carried for years, and pulled out a stack of documents. Not flashy, not exaggerated, just hard proof. "This," he began, holding up the first sheet, "is the scholarship fund I started 20 years ago with my own salary. It has paid for over 1,200 children from poor families to attend college." The gallery murmured in surprise. He moved on. "This," he said, showing another paper, "is the bill I authored that returned millions of dollars to small farmers who were about to lose everything because of reckless policies." Again, the crowd shifted, eyes widening. And then came the part no one expected. Kennedy placed a worn photograph on the desk before him. It was a picture of a small-town clinic, with his signature at the bottom of the funding order. His voice cracked slightly as he spoke. "This clinic was built in my hometown with money I donated quietly, because folks there had no doctor within 50 miles. My sister died when I was young because she couldn't get medical help in time. I swore no other family would have to face that." The room went silent. Even the reporters paused, their pens hovering mid-air. In just 5 minutes, Kennedy had turned what was meant to be his humiliation into the most powerful rebuttal imaginable. He had not shouted, not insulted, not thrown back cheap words. He had shown proof. Proof of service, proof of sacrifice, proof of action.